Head up. Welcome. Come in. Come in. I'm sorry. Just mind the shoes. Kids, what have I told you about shoes? Yeah, come through. Come through. Oh, they're my shoes. Come in anyway. Come in. We've got a problem with shoes. The wife found something online here that she really liked that would sort this problem out. But I said, hey, I can make one of those. Let's get to it. So this is in real time, using the circular saw to square up the edge of the wood. I'll speed it up because you don't want to watch me just cutting wood. So all the battens are cut to width, and now what I'm doing is using a piece of chipboard to make a template to make the platforms. I've took a pair of the biggest trainers and I'll make sure that that's the standard for all of the platforms for the shoes to fit onto. I'm just cutting 2 of the battens to length to mark out the length needed for the platform, and then I'm attaching a couple of sacrificial strips so that I can make the process repeatable, because I've got 15 of these shelves to make. So that's the first batten put into place with some glue, and I'm tacking it with a Makita nailer. Has anybody else had issues with this Makita nailer? I've struggled with it ever since I bought it. It just doesn't seem to fire repeatably and keeps getting jammed. Anybody who's got any information and help for me, please leave a comment. So I'm checking everything for square. It was slightly out of square, so I'm readjusting one of the batons, and I'm going to check shortly for diagonals to make sure that everything is square, and then I'll be happy to proceed and make all the rest of the shelves. So now I'm happy with the location of all the batons on the shelf. I'm now just marking everything on the template so I can make it repeatable and quick. You will see I'm just scribbling down a note of the length of the baton and the width of the batons. I originally set out cutting every one of the batons individually, but in the end I just left them long and cut them on the circular saw, made it much quicker. So I'm taking the end off where the nail holes are, and then I'm using the good piece of wood between the two. I think I managed to get about 90% of the batons without any holes in, but there's a couple where I had to go back and just put a bit of wood filler in. So now I'm happy with the length. I'm going to have to reset up and cut the width to the correct diameter. So this is where I added two side pieces so that I could square everything up to the bottom corner and then leave the baton long and recut it as a finished article. This sped the process up much quicker. So this is a process in real time. As you can see, it's quite slow.
So we'll speed it back up again. All the shelves then got some machine sanding and some hand sanding to just round over the edges. What I should have done is sanded the pallet wood as an actual plank. That would have saved me a lot of sanding later on, but we're always learning. I'm just filling some of the nail holes with some wood filler. And now sanding one of the 3 uprights that needed for the project. I think it were at this point in the project where I realised that if I attach all the shelves, I'm just making work harder for myself when I soak it in boiled linseed oil. So I decided to stop here and soak all of the shelves ahead of putting them onto the rack. I'm just bending some temporary wire hooks so I can hook them on the washing line outside.
Looks like we should be sponsored by Adidas. Adidas, if you're out there. So that's it finished. Nice, quick, easy to grab a pair of trainers, put back. So there should be no excuse now for nobody not to put the shoes away. Couple of spare racks for when the kids get back from school. Hopefully it'll go a little bit darker as the colour mellows. It's boiled linseed oil that I've used. It's got a wonderful aroma in here now, which will probably offset the smell of the shoes anyway. So yeah, hope that's been useful. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content. See you again soon.